Welcome, 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 welcome. First live on YouTube, first live on Facebook. I want you to follow my Instagram. It's Ricky's World 1.0. I want you to subscribe. I want you to like this. I want you to share this. This is my first show. It's called Wake Up Black America. Um, I'm dedicating this show to black men, and I always try to stay on us because I totally understand that it's us, man. It's us. It ain't got nothing to do with nobody else. It's us. We gotta stay. We gotta start the leadership. We gotta take the first step of making this right. One of my favorite songs, Shabuya, Shabuya. What she say? Glug said, I got some niggas. It sounded like she was like saying we some cigars. I got some cigars. But anyway, make long story short is, uh, I was raised by all black women, and I'm gonna say that. Anybody, I was listening to a song, Lil TJ, and in one of his songs he said, "My grandmother, I can hear my grandmother telling me don't stop," and I felt that. If you had a grandmama like me, you had one of the realest grandmamas in the world. I don't think they're around no more. She was the first person that told me that selling drugs is gonna get you locked up. It's gonna get you dead. Everything negative is gonna come with that. And we didn't. How we are. We didn't really believe. Fat meat was greasy. But it's two things that I'll never forget when I was young. I never forget my mom took me to figure out if my dad was my dad. If anybody can feel me, um, it's some about not knowing who your dad is, and it's some about I just want to know where I get my stuff from. You know what I'm saying? And I never even knew. This is the messed up part about the street life. Sometimes you can get so caught up in the street life to where you don't even notice the missing voids in your life. And I think about my grandmama, and I think about when we first started hustling. Like my grandmama used to get my auntie to drive her down North Fifth Street, and all we could hear was Pumpkin, K-Rob, that go Ada, and she wasn't playing. I never knew why until I got to prison. My grandmama had 6 boys. I had 6 uncles. I have none now. And I finally figured out that my grandmother was trying to save the last little couple of boys she had left, like me, my brother, and my cousin, to do something right with ourselves or whatever. So, I want to know where I got my shit from. I want to know where all this handsomeness, I want to know where all this smartness came from. And I never knew there was a void until I got to prison. When I was in prison, I'm going to say this. I went to some kind of spiritual awakening. And I was just going just on the strength of just trying to be just Ricky's World. And we just in here just I'm trying to get some spiritual going on. I love Jesus and I want to know more. But the guy said something and it touched me. And I cried this morning. When I was writing this show, I cried this morning. And I'll be honest with you guys. Because the first thing he said, I feel like that you had some abandonment issues with a male. And I was like, wow. And I busted out crying. I finally dealt with not having a father. My grandmother said something one day. Like I said, it's two things I never forget about. I'm gonna explain one. My mother finally got in contact with my dad, and we went and took the test, the blood test, and I was excited. I felt like I was finally finna get to know a dad. You know what I'm saying? And back in the day, it didn't take 30 days or 7 days or nothing like that because I remember I was a kid, but I'm talking to the black man today, first of all, so I want the women to listen. So y'all can know more about, uh, because I cry. I'm a man. I'm going to tell you I cry because it's just real. And I don't cry because I'm in pain or nothing. I cry because there's certain stuff that I miss. And when that test came back negative and he was 0% father, I never forget my mama said, only thing my mama said, and we have never had a conversation after this, she said, your daddy must be the same one as K-Rob and them daddy. And that's my brother and my sister. And I wake up Black America because this is why, because I want black men like me to be honest with themselves and understand the reason why we kind of think and do the stuff we do. But I mean that was just one of the days. After that day, I'm telling you, I was 6 or 7. I never forget. After that day, I didn't really care no more. And the funny thing is, I saw my dad, because this is what he said to me. He said, before we left the place, he said, no matter what, I always be your dad. And it was cool because I knew he was a pastor, and I'm still cool with my brother and sister on his side to today. I still call them brothers. And he said, I'll always be your dad. And so this is the funny thing. 2 weeks later, after that, I'll never forget, I saw him. And he was like, I was like, hey, Dad, I need some shoes or whatever. This is what he said. He said, okay, I got you. He said, I'm going to put the shoes in the mailbox. One thing y'all know, the grannies and mamas, they don't play about the mailbox. So I was checking the mailbox for like a week and a half. This is a true story. My grandmother caught me checking the mailbox. And she said, what the hell? I never get, what the hell you doing in that mailbox? I said, Granny, my daddy said he was going to put me some shoes in there. She pulled me to the side. If it's one person that I think about all day, every day, it's not one. If you had a grandmama like mine, it's not one day that goes by that you don't think about it. And she pulled me to the side and she said, there's two men that I never really liked it in my life. And I've never heard my grandmother say she don't like nobody. But she said, I don't like Paul, which was her ex-husband. He didn't take care of none of our kids, my granddaddy. And she said, I don't like Ricky. And I'm named after a person that's not my dad because we thought of my dad. And she said, when you first came out, he said, look at those ears. And then so me, I'm like, dang, not only do I not have to worry about not having a dad, they're these ears. So I went in the bathroom, and I'm telling you the truth, I went in the bathroom, I looked at my ears. And I was like, dang, I ain't got no dad. My ears messed up, you know what I'm saying? And it wasn't bad, but as a kid, I mean, that was just a shock. So she said, he ain't never did nothing for you. Well, I don't know if this was before the test or after. She said he ain't gonna never do nothing for you. And that day she took me to buy some shoes. And when we was young, me and my brother, she always gave us $20 and we went to Pick and Pack. If anybody know Pick and Pay, they know that, oh, I never forget, we used to always try to go to Pick and Pay and spend about, she gave us $20 a piece. We'll try to spend about $18 or $19, and we can have a dollar or two to get us some snacks. And, you know, I respected my grandmama for telling me the truth because, I mean, the Bible said the truth will set you free or whatever. So it set me, but it didn't really set me free. It made me angry at men. And I think about the black community, and I think about the honesty in the black community, and I think about a lot of us black men, whether we want to say it or not, like we kind of messed up with not having a father. I think about when I was growing up. Nobody had a father. Like you got one person, you might got one or two people that had a father. And I understand why we are so angry at each other. You know what I mean? As a black man, like you can say what you want to say, but black men, we are super angry at each other. Like we are super duper angry. Like we can have one disagreement, somebody's dead. Somebody's dead. My grandmama had 10 kids, 4 girls and 6 boys. None of her boys are living. And I was wondering why she chased me and my brother so much and my little cousin so much, because she didn't want us to fall in the same category that her kids did. I always try to tell people how real my grandmama was. Like, I never forget Blair, my little cousin, she's a girl, she dropped a $5 bill one time that somebody gave her. And my grandma said, pick your money up because John Moss will steal it. And she was talking about her own son. She was talking about her own son. And so, it's not a day go by that I don't think about her. I want to show her, the Bible says this, and I'm a Bible man, y'all know me. The Bible says, train up a child in the way that they should go, and when they get older, they won't depart. And I thank God that my grandmama's in heaven, and now she can see me. You know, I wish I could live with her right now. I wish she was still here because I want to show her that your grandchildren work. I get up and go to work every day. I'm doing podcasts. I'm doing everything that she expected. It's nothing like a grandmama's love. It's nothing like a grandmama's love. And so, Granny, if you're listening, I know you are. I love you. Keep making intercessions for your family. I'm doing this for you. Everything I do is to please you because I understand how hard you worked to cover us black men. As I said again, she had 10 kids, 6 boys, 4 girls. The girls are still living. All the boys are gone. All the boys are gone. And so, like I said, Granny, I love you. I'm gonna do what you want me to do. I'm gonna make the Robinsons' name great. I'm gonna do what you believed in because I never forget. I was 13, and my grandma always bragged on my teeth. She always like, you got pretty teeth, this and that, this and that. Like I said, I don't care what you say. Like, if you have a grandmama like I have, you don't go a day without thinking about her. And I'll never forget when I went and got 2 gold teeth. I had to be about 14 or whatever. And I was scared to come home because I lived with her because I was young. I walked in the house and only thing I could do was smile. I smiled, and the grandmamas we had, hey, you know the grandma we had, they'll fight. They was like ready to go because they understood that, I gotta fight them. The boys, I gotta fight them. And I was expecting a fight when I got there. If anybody know Dr. Walls, when he got my gold, walked in the house. I never forget this day. And I smiled and just laughed, just try to play it off. I thought I was gonna get hit. Did what she said. She said, "You done messed up them pretty white teeth," and walked off. I've never been hurt, more because that's the last person who I want to hurt her, and that really hurt her because regardless of how anybody feels, she loved, my white teeth. And long story short, I went to prison, and I didn't get saved on a religious level, but I got saved on a do right level. Went to prison, and the first thing I said, when I get out, I'm getting these goals took out. 2013, I was in county. I was fighting my charge. And I had a dream. I went to sleep. This is real talk. I went to sleep. I had a dream. And me and my sister was crying together. And my grandma was in casket. She wasn't died. She wasn't dead at this time. But then I woke up that morning. I was like, God, what is going on? And he was just letting me know your grandmama's in bad shape and she should come home with me. And I didn't want to believe it or whatever. I didn't want to believe it. Got to prison, and I was in prison maybe a week, and I called home, and they said your grandmama's died. Well, when she died, I wanted to die. The reason why I wanted to die because I couldn't pay my respects to her or whatever. And I understood how hard she worked so we could have a life. And so the word already was in the prison, like, you can't go see your people dead. They ain't letting nobody out. Somebody end up running or whatever because they went and saw their people, get buried, and they cut it out. And even though they said they couldn't do it, I said, well, I'm peeing. God got my back, because sometimes you can get super duper religious to where you think that you better than everybody else. I think about Jesus, and I think about him always saying, like, if they talked about me, they gonna talk about you. And so I went to the chapel and I said, hey, my grandma's died. I was pissed. When I was pissed, I was so mad it didn't make no sense. I've been crying all night. This day they said, well, Ricky, you can't go see her because we have a non-policy. We used to do that in back. I said, but it's my grandmama and we close. That's my mama. And this, I'm super. At the one point of him saying I couldn't see her, like, it made me want to die even more. I'm just being honest with you guys. I wanted to not wake up that night, but then when I went in there to talk to the chapel, and they told me that I couldn't go see my grandmama get related to rest, I wanted to die even more. Just to be honest with you, I'm in prison. I'm like, shit. I was like, man, forget that. I was like, my family will take care of my kids and whatever, but I just want to be. Have you ever wanted to die to see your people? Well, for me, my grandmama was all I had. My grandmama is the one person that I knew she got my back no matter what. And so the reason why I told that whole story is a lot of men, I think we, the way we are, and we don't care about other men because we was never raised by no men. We was never shown love by no men. So now it's like, my dad left me, nigga, I hate you too. Yeah, I hate you. My dad left me, I ain't got, well, like I said, for me, I just want to know where I got my shit from. I just want to, I think about often, like, what do it feel like to call your dad? What do it feel like to call your dad? Say, hey, Dad, what you doing? What do it feel like? I don't know. I don't got one. So for the people who got one, I'm going through a lot right now with my older daughter, and I'm trying to get that relationship with her. And I want her to have a relationship with me so she won't feel like I feel without having a daddy and not having that closure. So yeah, I'm on my show Sunday. It's always gonna be pointed towards the black guy, black men, because I understand that everybody ain't gonna be honest about the pain that we're living through of not having a dad. Like I really want to go like you. I ain't, I worked through it through prison, but I really want to just know like dad, like you know what I'm saying, like what up, dad, like what up. Sometimes I'm scared to do ancestry. I don't want to start doing that, and then I come to a dead end. I'm gonna get frustrated. You know what I'm saying? So that's just a fear of my own, or whatever. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I miss my grandma. I don't know. I don't know. But I think about this, and this is gonna hop to something, another subject. Think about Stephen A. Smith. I was looking at his show the other day, and he was talking about Jerry Jones. And if you haven't seen it, Jerry Jones had a picture or whatever showing him. I think he was 14 or 15, and they was blocking some black guys from getting into a school, and black guys was just trying to get an education. And this is what Stephen A. Smith said. Stephen A. Smith said, he said, why are y'all charging Jerry Jones with something that he did when he was 14 or 15? This is what I said. The same reason they charging us with it. So why do a black man always got to come to a white man defense? And your black man is getting persecuted the same way. You know what I'm saying? So I don't understand that. Like I don't understand you standing up for Jerry Jones. You know what I'm saying? Because in the court's eyes says this: if you done something when you were 14 or 15, that's who you are. And that's so not true. So yes, Stephen, you are right about you can't charge somebody with something when they was 14, 15, 16, but they do us like that. They do us like that. So what I'm gonna say to you, Stephen, come to your black man defense. Go fight. Go, guess what? The same thing that you are fighting for Jerry Jones, go fight for us. You know what I'm saying? So my show, if y'all know what it is, Wake Up Black America, I'm gonna be doing this every Sunday. I'm gonna go hard every Sunday. Hard every Sunday. I want to speak on this situation. If I'm getting it right, Shaquilla Robinson. I'm a Robinson. We are adopting you on this show. The girl that got killed in Mexico. It pisses me off that the people behind that camera watch her die. And then I don't want to have to teach my kids to fight to go to school. I don't think that's the right thing to do. I like my girls, and it's crazy because my son was going through some bully stuff at school. And the first thing Lottie said, it's one of my favorite, she's probably my favorite baby mama. I love her to death. Got a boyfriend. We cool. I love her to death. First thing Lottie said was, hey, I think we're going to have to get little Ricky in a private school. We didn't raise our kids to fight. I don't feel like that we got to raise our kids to fight. Like, why do we have to raise our kids to go fight the kids of their own descent? I don't feel that. My kids was wonderfully made by God. They beautiful, and my older girl, she got a blood problem. So if she get the fight and start bleeding, she can potentially really be a bad situation. So why do I have to raise my kids to fight because you raising your kids to be killers and coming to school? So why do I have to be thinking about putting my kids in private school because I have to worry about them going to school and fighting their own people? What's Shaquita Robinson? We rolling with you. Um, what are we doing in the black community? Are we fighting back? I mean, what's the process of this? What's the process of all them people recording this girl, killing this girl, and leaving this girl in Mexico to die, and then her family just got to sit back and just deal with it? What's the process is what I want to know. What's the process on justice? Is it murder? Is it turning the person who murdered her in? I mean, what are we doing, black people? What are we doing? I mean, some kind of way we got to get to the point to where we can stop killing our people. And yeah, I want every single one of them to be charged. And guess what? I want y'all to be charged in Mexico. I don't want y'all to step foot back in United States. I want you to be charged at the highest you can be charged. I want the family to make sure they're comfortable with you being locked up for the rest of your life, because we are getting to the point to where we have to go ahead and persecute our own people, because that's the only thing that's going to work. If we go ahead and start convicting our own people. And of course we want them dead. Like if something happened to your kid, of course you want them dead, but what that's gonna solve? That's still black on black crime. That's still murder. And so I just wanted to speak on that a little bit because I got kids. I never forget. I was dropping my daughter off one day, and we don't teach our daughters to fight or whatever. And she was like, Daddy, there go the girls that's picking on me. Drop me off right here. Well, my mind, I'm hood nigga. I don't care what you say. I'm hood nigga. My mind was saying get out and go smack the shit out of one of them little girls. That's what my flesh was saying. Because I understand that my daughter is just trying to go to school. My daughter is beautiful, cute. I got some beautiful kids, man. And so I'm tired of having to fight so our kids can go to school to get an education, and they got to deal with your kids, whoever your kids is, and your kids are bullies. I'm tired of that. So my podcast, my show, this is the show. I'm gonna have fun with y'all. I'm gonna be on some whatever with y'all. I'm gonna be on some crazy stuff with y'all. We're gonna have fun. I got a fun episode coming out this week talking about your president, Joe Biden. But I'm also gonna be speaking on real life issues. I'm not always gonna be right. Don't quote me on that. But guess what? If I'm off, send me a text, send me a DM. You got my Facebook, my Instagram, Ricky World 1.0. Ricky's World _ 1.0. My YouTube is Ricky's World. My Facebook is Ricky Robinson. You know, I ain't messed up with you correcting me. That's one thing about it, because I understand that I'm not going to get it right all the time. But in this black community, we need to get it right. And I always want to leave with an encouraging word. And this is for the snitches. Look, How the hell you snitching on people and still going to prison? Look, I'm sorry. If you gonna snitch on somebody, make sure that you don't snitch and still go to prison. Cause I'm gonna tell you, your time gonna be worse. You better not buy no commissary. They gonna take that. Even the white boys gonna beat you up. When you know, guess what? You gotta go and check in for your whole time. So either, and I'm sorry to say this. So either you gonna go do your time, but if you tell, please don't go to prison because they gonna get you. They gonna get your ass in there. And I know this was a little odd little thing or whatever, but I had to say that to y'all. But in my final, like I said, my show is gonna be every Sunday, about 15, 20 minutes. I'm gonna come with y'all. But my final statement is seriously, don't give up. Every time black men, coming from the street, and I'm talking to the black men, this most of it was about the black men. Coming from the street game, we are so used to fast everything. We used to fast money. We used to getting pussy fast. Like, if we want to go out of town, I never get my baby mama ask me, why do you just up and go out of town? Because I said, because I can. And we was just used to fast everything. So when you come in this real world, when it's time to work, it don't matter if it takes 5 years. It don't matter if it takes 10 years. You need to have a plan. Have a plan. And trust God that your plan is going to work out what he developed in you and keep going hard at it. Because we are so used to giving up. Don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on yourself. Don't worry about who supports you, who don't support you, who do support you. As I always say, if God has put something in you and you know it is what it is, go with it. Nobody don't gotta support what I do. I don't care. They don't gotta support what I do. I support me. I support me. And I love me. And I'm gonna keep on doing what I do. And I'm gonna keep on waking up Black America. I'm gonna speak on what I believe on. And if you feel like I'm wrong on something, well, just email me, text me, or send me a message or whatever, and I'll respond to you. If you're alive, subscribe. Like, subscribe, share. I love y'all. Every Sunday night, I'm here. Be here. If you're alive, subscribe.